everybody. I'm Amit Kumar, assistant teacher of Paramount Public School. Today I'm going to teach class 9th geography chapter climate. Climate. Chapter of geography. What is climate? Climate refers to the sum total of weather conditions and variations over a large area for a long period of time, that is not less than, even more than 30 years. Climate refers to be the part, the system that prevalent for longer period of time in an area. It means that climate is not going to be changed within hour, within minutes, or within a day. So we refer climate, that is the sum total of the weather conditions. Today the weather is hot, tomorrow the hot, then after that again hot. So we will continue with this hot days. Then after that the weather may be going to be continue to be cold for next 7 days. Then we will make it as in the list of cold. Then after that there is a rain. So we will consider that days in rainy days. So we will make a list of hot days, cold days, rainy days, or humid days. So by this, the total weather conditions and variation. Some days the day is very hot, and some days the day is not so hot. It's a little bit cold also. So these are the variations. These are the conditions. The total sum that we have taken is called the climate. So we will take total data is more than 30 years. Then we can say that this is the climatic condition of any particular country. Here weather is not a part of this chapter, that is climate, but I want to explain to you that what is weather then, because every time we will compare weather and climate. So weather refers to the state of atmosphere over an area at any point of time. It means weather changes within an hour, within some minutes. Like this time it's very hot, and maybe after that there will be clouds and there is rain. So the weather may be going to be changed from hot to little bit of coldness in the atmosphere, or maybe going to be humid. After that rain again, it's the sun came very sharp, the rays are very sharp on the earth, and so that's why weather became maybe very hot again. So humidity rises up. So it means that weather is the condition of an atmosphere at any point of time. In the morning the weather is cool, in the afternoon the weather is very hot, in the evening again it's going to be cool, and nights are also very cool in some part of the country. So this is climate and this is weather. Climate not change within an hour, within the days, but weather changes can take place here within an hour and within some minutes. Here we talk about the elements. Which are the elements that affects the climate and the weather? Here I want to tell you the elements of weather and climate are the same. Total we have 6 elements. Total 6 elements that we have. The elements of weather and climate are the same. The climate of India is described as the monsoon type. So Indian climate, on the basis of this 30 years study, the sum total, that geologists prove that the climate of India is a monsoon type. So total 6 elements that we are going to take, that which are the elements which affects climate and weather of India. So we will take these elements which affects the climate and weather of the country. Elements. Here we have the number 1 is latitude. Latitude. We know that Tropic of Cancer passes through the mid of the country. Country, that is India. So, India is divided into two parts, south and north parts. And here we know that latitude matters a lot. South parts are the down parts, north parts are the upward parts of the Tropic of Cancer. So, which are the below parts, that is south part, it became hot, and which are the part that we have north part, that is at the top of the Tropic of Cancer, is became colder, not having so much hotness as we have here in this part of the country, that is south and north part. After that, the second point that we have is altitude. Altitude. It means that in the north of India we have Himalayas and other mountains. Himalayas and other mountains that we have, and the effect of these mountains, the effect that we have these mountains, that these mountains restrict cold and hot waves to reach India. So altitude, that India's north is on the high altitude. We have Himalayas and other mountains, and these mountains restrict cold and hot waves to reach India. So there is, the temperature is moderate, not so much hot, not so much cold. India is the only country which has all types of weather. We have moderate summer, we have winter, we have rainy season, we have spring season also. Number third in this regard that we have is pressure and winds. Pressure and winds. What is pressure and winds? It depends on the latitude and altitude of the place. It depends on the latitude and altitude, of the particular place, that what type of pressure and what type of winds are prevalent there, and it influences, this pressure and winds influences at that area the total temperature. This pressure and winds influences the temperature and amount of rainfall in that particular area. Pressure and winds. Here we know that the wettest part of the world, the wettest part of India also is Cherrapunji. In Cherrapunji, the particular area that we have with the most rainfall is called Mausi Naram. That in the Cherrapunji district in Mausi Naram, that the area we have is the wettest place on earth. So pressure, and it is on the high altitude actually. In the east side, it is on the high altitude. Under the Himalayan mountains, we have Mausi Naram. Number 1, latitude. Number 2, altitude. Number 3, pressure and winds. That we have discussed. Total of 6 points. We have discussed 3 points here. In the next lecture, I will explain you the next 3 points. Thank you.